Welcome to the Modernize or Die podcast, CFML News Edition, where we keep you up to date with everything going on in the ColdFusion community. We'll share the latest news on events, releases to engines, frameworks, libraries, and tools, as well as spotlighting quality content from the community. Welcome back for another episode 3, May 14th, 2019. Welcome again, Andrew. Nice to see you.
Good seeing you as well, Gavin.
Yep, so as I said, I'm Gavin Pickin. I'm a software consultant for Ortus Solutions. And Andrew?
I'm Andrew Davis, Senior Developer for InLeague.
Cool, well, let's get on with the news. So first thing this week, I don't know if you noticed it or not on Twitter, but Charlie Earhart, the guru of the community for keeping your servers up to date and running, put a blog post out in a couple locations about Adobe having some missing jar files. So basically what happened there is the updates in ColdFusion are no longer working from the admins, but the jar files, they're going to be added pretty soon. They're working on it. It wasn't intentional. But fortunately, there's CFML repo out there, which is a site I built a while ago. So tell them how to go get them, Andrew.
Yeah, and like you said, it was completely unintentional, but hey, things happen, and jars are not available for download now. So Gavin and Charlie have put together all the jars available at CFML repo. So go there if you need them, and we'll give you an update whenever Adobe has this problem fixed.
Yep, there's a couple of blog posts, one on the ColdFusion community site and one on Charlie's site at careheart.org. We'll post the show notes and you'll be able to get to those links. So thank you again, Charlie, for all the work you do there and keeping that repo up to date. Just so you know, that repo is secure. Only Charlie and myself have write permissions to that. So if you trust Charlie, then you can trust these files. So anyway, thanks again, Charlie, for all your work you do with that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And speaking of Charlie as well, he is hosting a webinar for the Fusion Reactor guys on May 15th. That is tomorrow at 5 p.m. And tell us what he's going to cover there, Gavin. Any idea?
Well, Fusion Reactor is amazing if you haven't seen it, and they have a pretty good series of webinars lately, actually, and this one's with the Seattle ColdFusion user group, so they're doing it through the Zoom webinar, and there's a Facebook event, so if you guys look in the ColdFusion user group on Facebook, you can get it, or search for Seattle ColdFusion user group. We'll be posting the link in the show notes later today as well, so it'll be a great session. Fusion Reactor is awesome. They're good community members and sponsor a lot of conferences and help us out with Into the Box as well, so it's a great webinar. It's free, so go check it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And I believe you'll be able to, we've all heard about Fusion Reactor, and if you haven't actually got time to play with it, or even if you have, I have a feeling they're going to show you some little tips and tricks on how to utilize it best. So give it a shot.
Yeah, I couldn't do my job without it. I'll just say that much. So yeah, definitely check it out. But next up, we got Pete from Foundio, another guy who spoke at the Into the Box keynote as well. So he announced his new product, Fixinator, and today, I guess, or just recently, he announced some new pricing. So that's great.
Yeah, and for anyone who's already been using their FuseGuard and HackMyCF, I'm pretty sure you're going to want to see about how you're going to integrate Fixinator into your grand scheme of things. He now has new pricing available. Also, for existing customers, if you already have a subscription with him, shoot him an email, catch him on Slack, and he'll see what he can do to make that work into your existing platform or payment schedule. But now you can, it's essentially CF security for continuous integration. I mean, it's all built in there for you.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed how Fixinator works, and he built the commands all in command box too, which is pretty cool. And yeah, you can just tie it straight into your CI pipeline or your build process, and it's pretty amazing. So
keep that code secure.
Yep, exactly. And Pete's workshop, he had a workshop at Into the Box. It was a great workshop. We loved it, and happy that he could have that there as well. And if you haven't been to that, I'd keep an eye on it at the upcoming conferences too, because it's a really good workshop. So. Okay, so next on the list, Adobe ColdFusion Roadshow. So we had a couple last week, and I think you knew someone that attended one last week.
Yeah, my boss Sam attended the one in Austin, and said it went really well. And Adobe has talked about their performance monitor and things like that, and as well as kind of just a roadmap as to where they're heading in the future. And there's also another one coming up May 23rd in Orange County. I'm assuming that's going to be California.
Yep, Orange County. I think it's right in there by Costa Mesa, so I'm gonna try and make it down there myself. Maybe even try and catch some of the team members from Adobe and maybe put them on the microphone as well. But hopefully I can make that. So if anyone's in the area, keep an eye out. Look out for a big kiwi. Hopefully we'll make that one. So
Yeah, let's mic them up and see if we can trip them up too, right? So we can have some fun with it. Nah, just kidding.
uh, But it's always good fun. I've been to the one in LA previously, and good breakfast, good talks, and it's good chatting with the team and whatnot. But again, Adobe's been busy, and
I see you, Brad.
CF Summit right there is coming up again in Las Vegas this year. So 1st and 2nd of October, we'll have CF Summit, another great conference. It's the biggest one, and basically, if you haven't used ColdFusion, or if you do use ColdFusion, there's a lot of great talks there, a lot of great people, and you get to mingle with the Adobe people, and their parties are always fun, as we mentioned last week.
Yeah, and the early bird registration ends May 31st. That is this month, less than 2 weeks away. So it's $99. Go ahead and register, sign up, and I use it as an excuse to go see all my friends and colleagues, and it's kind of a vacation for me in a way.
Yep.
That's the only one my wife lets me do. And it's probably the only way I'll get to go to Vegas
Yeah,
without her.
$99 is a pretty good deal. You get breakfast and lunch on 2 days in Vegas, and that's easily the price. And you probably get a lot better, a lot better content there than you would staying home trying to watch videos and read blog posts. So you meet a lot of great people. The Ortus team will be there in strength as usual. So come check us out. Come talk to us at our booth and everything. And yeah, it'll be great. But not only that, another reason to go to CF Summit is the day before Adobe has their ColdFusion Specialist Certificate program. So again, there's early bird pricing on this one too. I'm not sure when the pricing changes on this, but if you want to do this workshop, they have some materials they'll send you beforehand. You do some of the work, and then you sort of have like the final day workshop and evaluation, and see if you get your certification. But it's $399 for early bird pricing. I'm not sure when the new pricing is going to roll around, so if you're considering it, you should check that out and definitely sign up soon. Don't miss that early bird pricing because it will go up fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out. I wish I had more information as to what all it's going to entail. Looking at over the curriculum, I think they might still be working on it. That's just coming from my mouth, not directly from Adobe. I could be wrong. But whatever it is, it's going to be good. It's going to be core to ColdFusion, and definitely help you out in the future, especially for, up and comers. If you're not experienced, or even if you are experienced, but it's really going to help give you that edge as for, getting a new job, or, securing the one you have. So check it out.
Yep, and Ortus is finalizing our workshop details soon, so if you don't want to attend the Adobe one, or if you want to attend the Ortus one as well, we're finalizing dates, so soon we should have that set up, and we'll be hopefully announcing that next week, so keep an eye out for the CF Summit related Ortus trainings as well. But we do have one finalized date for ColdFusion training for the Ortus team. So Luis Mahano is going to be traveling to India later in the year. So October 16th and 17th, he's going to be in India. He's going to be doing a 2-day boot camp, a Cold Box from Zero to Hero, which is one of our newest training programs. And I know you've been in that one, Andrew, and even helped with that one. It's a pretty cool training. So if you guys are in India looking for some Cold Box training, this is a great way to get started.
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to help out in the last one at Into the Box, and it's really good. And Yogesh, I probably just messed up your name bad, but I'm calling you out. Bring you and your team there. Pretty sure it's closer to you than I am. So you guys need to attend.
Yep. So again,
Yogesh he's a one of our Patreon members as well, and I like to pick on him every once in a while. And
yeah, he's a good guy. He helps out a Cold Box, Content Box, and we like having his team helping. And yeah, it'd be good for Luis to catch up with some of them too. So again, more information will be in the show notes, but check that out. The price is $5.99 for 2 days, and if you guys have a group, there's group pricing available. So please reach out and talk to us. So That'd be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
And across the pond again for us is CF Camp.
yep. So CF Camp, we have a couple of the oldest team members hitting there. Luis will be in India, unfortunately this year, but Brad and I believe Eric Peterson are working on coming to CF Camp. Should have turned off Alexa. Sorry about that.
Somebody's at the front door, Kevin. Um, so, yeah, and right now they're doing the call for speakers as well. So if you have a talk you want to present, submit it. The deadline is July 7th or July 8th on UDT time.
Yeah, I don't know which time zone you're in, so I always say a couple of days beforehand just in case. You've still got lots of time before the deadline, but it's a great conference. There's a lot of great speakers, and they're always looking for new speakers, so reach out. cfcamp.org, there's a link for a call for speakers, and it's all anonymous too, so if you want to, you can basically, sign up. They vote on the sessions, not on the people. So if you're new, you still got a chance. So, don't be afraid. I was afraid the first time I spoke, and now they can't get enough of me. Or can't get rid of me. I don't know which one it is, but anyway.
They can't get rid of you.
Yeah, that's more like it.
So. Yeah, I believe Nolan's already submitted quite a few topics as well. So
yeah, I think it's up to 19 topics. So if you want to do it before he crashes their server. I thought
a max submission log. Yeah. No, we can only take 50 submissions.
I told him he better watch out or he might get banned. No, Nolan always has a lot of good sessions, and he likes to speak at all the conferences. So I'm sure he'll get one there as well. But so that's sort of our news and events. We're gonna jump into the blog, tweets, and videos of the week. So, of course, we already mentioned a couple of blog posts earlier. Charlie and the Adobe ones were pretty important. But we also have another one. So Nolan Irk has an Into the Box 2019 recap on his blog at theselfishasta.com. And I like the quote, the start of the blog post. He's like, "Did you miss it? Do you write CFML for a living? Well, then it was a big mistake." And so his blog post basically was like, if you missed it, it was a big mistake. So thanks again, Nolan, for not only attending but speaking. We love having you there. And he writes up a fairly unbiased opinion. It is a little positive, I must admit, but yeah, we love having it.
Yeah, and he definitely uses the full spectrum of CF and other languages as well. And it's good to get his perspective, no doubt. Jumping back here, Nolan is banned. Nolan's banned from submitting. I just got word in our chat here on YouTube that, Nolan is banned from submitting. So hopefully got them all in.
Yeah, so, but it's anonymous, so how can they ban someone who's anonymous? I guess he shouldn't have said so on Twitter. So
yeah, because he probably said I submitted 19 topics on Twitter, and they checked the log. But anyway,
yeah. So
up next,
we're gonna
ForgeBox module of the week.
Yep. So
this
week,
is one that I submitted, and I submitted not the module, but I made sure Gavin mentioned this one here. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of great modules, and actually Andrew jumped the queue with this one, but it is a good module. So Command Box CF Format, it's a great tool for formatting your CFML. I don't know how many code reviews I've had rejected because of my spacing, thanks Luis. But formatting is a big deal. It makes your code much more maintainable, and now the CF Format command built in Command Box will help you run that. And the cool thing about it is, at Into the Box, a bunch of guys were messing with VS Code and integrating that. So now, if you on-save, you can actually save your code, format your code automatically, and Brad even stopped it from doing it twice. So it should be a good tool for command, just for in your VS Code, any integrations. But I'm really looking forward to using that. So it's been a long time coming. I mean, JavaScript tools are there, and they're really valuable. Pretty and beautify and everything else. So it's good to finally have something good for the ColdBox world.
Yep, definitely. And VS Code, switching over to VS Code, this is one of the biggest things that was kind of irritating for me. John Berkowitz is the guy who actually wrote this. He had written the module, I believe, for Sublime, and had been working great. Good integration, good formatting. Like you said, there was nothing really for VS Code. And the way this works, it actually runs inside a command box using a watcher. So it's really cool. You can tell it to, hey, only watch this folder set And anytime a file is changed inside this folder set, it'll go through and make that scan. So it does it kind of pretty much for you already.
Cool, cool.
Automagically. That's the word. That's
Automagic.
ColdBox for you. It's ColdBox way as automagically.
Yep.
But thank you, John, for that. I owe you a beer next time I see you.
Yep. So on ForgeBox, you can search for command box -cf format and install it by doing box install command box -cf format. So, yep, great tool, great module, and again, we'll be sharing one a week. So check back next week for more. But we have the VS Code hints, tips, and tricks of the week too. So this one here is one that I like, and a lot of people, whenever I'm using it, like it. It's called Indent Rainbow. So this one is an extension. It's got over 500,000 downloads. Basically just makes your indentation easy to read, whether it's spaces or tabs. If you want to fight about that, you can. But basically you can just set up the extension. You can choose your colors if you want, but by default it just rainbow indents, shows rainbow colors for your indentation. So I'm going to flick over here to my live screen share here, see if this works.
It's a double rainbow. Well, if you're using spaces, you're putting it where it shouldn't be anyway.
Yep. So basically, if you have a space out of whack there, it'll highlight red. You see the different colors, and it's really nice. So really cool to a little helper tool. There's a lot of them out there, and we're going to go over those. So Indent Rainbow is the one we need. Again, we'll post the show notes there.
Said we lost the sound. We can't hear you.
No, they can hear us now, but when I switched over to the screen, the sound cut out for a minute.
We can now.
Yep, so sorry about that. But yeah, so basically, it's a great little extension. There's a lot like that, and we'll keep sharing those every week so you guys can find out what we're using and go from there. But so that pretty much wraps it up. The last thing we got to do is we got to thank our Patreon supporters. So Ortus Solutions, obviously we run a lot of open source projects. We got ForgeBox running on the cloud, and the podcast and everything else that we do is all supported by our professional open source and our professional consulting. But Patreon supporters are those individuals that are saying, hey, you know what, we want to do our part too. So we got a big number here, and so I want to go through and sort of read them off. And this is the fun part because, of course, I'm going to mispronounce everything. So I think
I'm excited about this. Let's hear it.
Oh, I'm going to let you do it.
Okay, the first one is Andrew Davis. That is me. Yep. I got that one right. Go ahead.
Okay, and Gary Knight. Gary Knight, thank you very much.
Thank you. And John, I'm not even going to try, man.
Jan Janik. We got Joseph Lamore.
Yeah, I know that's the Preside guys, right?
Yeah, I think Jan works with Preside. Yep.
That's what I thought. Yeah, cool.
Yep. We got Joseph Lamore. There's some tricky ones coming. We got Laxma Tirohadi. Richard Herbert. I think I got that one right.
Yep, and got John Farrar.
Yep, and Carl von Stedden. Don Bellamy. Oh, you know this guy, Samuel Knowlton.
Sam. Yep, Samuel Knowlton and David.
David Bellinger. He is
the Canadian. He's the Canadian by way of Argentina.
Yeah. And then there's your friend, Yogesh Mathur.
Yep, Yogesh Mathur, I guess.
Yep, Stephen Klotz, Dan Cod. We have Jeremy.
Dan is a card, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We made him into the box.
That could have been a perfect name for him, just Dan Card. But
yep, Jeremy Adams, Brian White, and then this one I'm not sure, Dadia Lesnicki. So again, I pronounce everything wrong. So everyone in the chat is telling me I got everything wrong. But
send us an audio clip.
Yeah,
send us a snippet of your name, and we'll just play them back to back. Bam, 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 bam.
Yep.
Perfect.
So yeah, if you guys are a Patreon supporter, we're gonna mispronounce your name live on this podcast every week to say thank you, and thanks everybody else that supports our Ortus products one way or the other. Again, this Patreon supportage, it goes towards powering ForgeBox and paying for our cloud infrastructure that makes CommandBox work the way it does, and I couldn't live without that package management these days. So thank you guys. So
Yep. And I believe that's all we got for today. Nice, short, and sweet. And submit any topics that you have, any news, anything going on,
Any
any
blog
new
posts or
modules,
videos? Yep.
anything. Shoot them to Gavin or myself, and we'll do what we can to get that information out to you guys.
Yep, and then we'll have the new podcast site available hopefully today or tomorrow, and that'll have all the show notes for the last few episodes. You can listen to them all, and the iTunes submission hopefully will be accepted this week as well. So, fingers crossed that'll all be smooth, and you guys will be able to catch us one way or the other. And again, thanks everybody for listening, watching, or whatnot, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Thanks everybody.